What if I told you that Papoose's ICU admission was a setup rather than the result of a chance street fight? What if Eazy the block captain and Remy Ma, his closest friends and family, were accused of plotting to kill him rather than merely hiding secrets? Yes, you did indeed hear correctly. Because of this, the internet is screaming after Claressa Shields, who supported Papoose through all of the betrayals, breakdowns, and dubious Remy Ma stunts, went live and spilled a bombshell. I quote her when she says, "This was a hit. Excuse me, a hit. This wasn't a fight." The streets are now wondering if this was all revenge because Remy Ma and Eazy, who claim to be just friends, may have been planning something much more sinister behind closed doors. Additionally, the timing of this all happened just days after that explosive live stream in which Remy was humiliated, so the timing isn't right. Ladies and gentlemen, the streets are no longer silent. Ladies and gentlemen, buckle up, for what we discovered next will rock you to your core. Was Claressa the true target? How did Papoose find up bleeding out near a security gate with no aid in sight? Claressa Shields isn't either, as what began as rumors and Instagram comments, a few suspicious looks at a red carpet event, and now a full-blown murder plot allegation that's rocking hip-hop culture and celebrity rumors like a raging earthquake, has culminated in Remy Ma, Eazy the block captain. Let's go back a week after Remy Ma was dragged online for her viral Instagram video in which she mockingly claimed that she never found Papoose fulfilling, and the anger was immediate. People called, and a man is currently battling for his life in the intensive care unit. Papoose. She was out for disrespecting a man who reared her child, supported her during her prison term, and essentially created a brand around their love story, but something darker was simmering behind the scenes. According to people close to Claressa, we mean close, like private group chat close, tensions had been building for months. An unnamed makeup artist claims she heard Remy on set say to Eazy, "Once Papoose is out of the way, everything gets easier." Remy and Eazy were frequently spotted together, sometimes at unexpected out-of-state appearances, and late-night studio sessions. Stop. What the devil does out of the way? This is where it gets wild, though. 3 days prior to the alleged attack, Papoose was spotted pacing tensely outside a Brooklyn gym while on the phone. Claressa had allegedly warned him earlier that week to watch your back because something wasn't right, but Papoose loyal, he didn't think it was true, believing Claressa to be jealous and possibly even resentful of his relationship with Remy. Fast forward to that evening, when Papoose is at a private event that isn't publicized, has no cameras, and is extremely quiet. Only a few people on the guest list are aware of it, and all of a sudden, security footage appears online. A man, later identified as Papoose, is seen staggering into view in the back alley, bleeding from his mouth, his shirt torn, and he is calling for help. The man is walking in the opposite direction, adjusting his hoodie. It's easy to block, Captain. Coincidence or cold-blooded setup? Now listen, nobody's claiming that Eazy swung first, but the video reveals that no one is assisting Papoose. He collapses close to a trash can, and 2 people walk over him as if he's invisible. 911 isn't called until a fan recognizes him, and paramedics diagnose him with multiple internal injuries. A busted someone tried to silence him due to lip, cracked rib, and wait for it, bruises around his neck, and choking. 2 hours later, Claressa Shields, who wasn't even present at the event, arrives at the hospital in tears. The front desk nurse, who has since been fired, claims that Claressa screamed, "I told him. I informed him that this was what they would do." After that visit, Claressa's Instagram unexpectedly goes away for 24 hours. Let's take a moment to process that. What does Claressa know that we don't? Why is everyone trying to silence her? Claressa's crew claims it was a technical issue, but fans are calling it what it was, a deliberate takedown to hide what she was going to expose. The following day, Claressa went live, her face unpolished, her eyes swollen, and she didn't wear lipstick or glam. Plain and simple, this wasn't a fight, she added, gazing into the camera. There was no rapper rivalry here. It was prearranged. I have been silent, but I will no longer do so. Remy and simple. You were all aware of your actions. And Papoose had no right to any of that. Twitter exploded, and for 14 hours, the hashtag #ProtectPapoose trended. Fans began searching for previous interviews, old exchanges, and anything that seemed fishy, and boy, did they find a ton of them, including one tape. Reveals Remy Ma on Drink Champs making a joke about deleting people from your life as if they never happened. It was humorous at the time, but now it's much more sinister. Another podcast clip that has come to light boasts about Eazy being 10 steps ahead of his rivals and how sometimes you have to move in silence to let's not overlook the peculiar timing of Remy tweeting a Jamaican vacation selection with the comment, "Peace finally, just one day after the attack. Delete the noise." That sentence is now being read as premeditation. Why is there peace, Remy? Your spouse is in critical condition. Your name is in every gossip headline in the country, and your alleged sidekick is now being investigated. Yep, you read correctly. According to reports, a private inquiry has been started. A close friend of Papoose's, who wished to remain anonymous. This was not street beef, he said on the Shade Tea program. They had better prepare for what's next if they believe we'll overlook this personal matter. Days before the incident, Papoose reportedly informed a buddy that he felt monitored, indicating that he was already under pressure. We don't think it's a coincidence, but his phone was acting strangely, messages weren't getting through, and Claressa even says she saw someone following her following a recent interview, and the car drove away as she took a picture. This isn't the first time Remy Ma has done this, however. Dance with danger. Let's not pretend that this is the first time. The woman served time for shooting her own friend over a money dispute. She has experienced betrayal, legal fires, and public hysteria. But what if she doesn't this time? This time, there is blood on the pavement, surveillance tape, and a woman who isn't afraid to speak. Therefore, people aren't buying the misinterpreted image. Claressa's last words in that now viral live stream, "This was never about clout. This is about justice. We haven't even touched the tip of the iceberg, honey. You tried to end him, but he's still alive, and as long as he is, I won't be leaving." The live feed is over, and the conflict has begun. So, where were we? Well, blood on the sidewalk, Claressa crying outside the intensive care unit, and the whole internet sneering at Remy Malik. She just committed the worst betrayal since Judas kissed Jesus on the cheek, but that was only the prelude, for now we have proofs, so specific, so indisputable, that even Remy's staunchest supporters are remaining silent in the comments. Let's begin with the first shocking revelation. An unnamed whistleblower, purportedly a former intern for a major podcasting network, came forward with an audio message, transmitted the voice in this footage, which is distorted but obviously female. States, "I saw Remy Ma get out of a black Escalade the night Papoose was attacked, via a secret Telegram group. She went into the rear alleyway. After 5 minutes, I heard shouting. Eazy pulled up, and then everything hell erupted." You did hear that? Both Eazy and Remy were present. Nevertheless, they both stated that they were out of town that evening. Eazy is purportedly recording a content collaboration at a posh Airbnb, while Remy posts a late-night spa anecdote. Here's the issue, though. The one that fans don't match the metadata. We also commend the TikTok detectives who analyzed Remy's spa video and discovered that the timestamp was inconsistent. Although Queens was listed on the location tag, the background music was really being spun live by a Brooklyn DJ that evening in the precise location of the attack. I'm sorry. Let's delve further now. Venmo exchanges. Yes, you read correctly. There are screenshots showing a $5,000 transfer from a private account with the initials RM to a username that, until recently, belonged to a person known underground as a security contractor with suspected gang affiliations is Stacks. The transfer's caption. Take care of it. No errors. What, I mean? Who, sis, sends that on Venmo? It's not even illegal. It's simply lazy. And 3 days later, guess who was seen with those exact stacks? Yes, the block captain was attempting to blend in with the crowd outside Popeyes in New York while wearing a black hoodie. However, someone took a picture and posted it, and it is now Exhibit A in what Twitter is referring to as the Papoose Hit Squad timeline. Then there is the video. From the same evening. On security camera footage, a person wearing a mask is seen running out from the alley while holding something shiny and clearly limping. It was a chain, some say. Some claim that the phone was a burner. This is where things start to get interesting, though. The video picks up a background voice. Muffled. And distorted. 3 words, however, are obvious. Leave him there. Give it time to marinate. In light of the suspicious on-site sightings, contradictory alibis, and dubious digital purchases, Claressa is still stood on her tiptoes, threatening to sue anyone for her words. But let's discuss the hospital cover-up if that isn't enough for you. An unidentified ICU nurse, who is currently allegedly on unpaid leave, informed the Daily Leaks Digest that someone attempted to bribe their way into the medical records system when Papoose was initially admitted. She claimed that a well-dressed man with a Bronx accent inquired about Papoose's length of unconsciousness and whether the wounds would show through. Unless they are attempting to prepare a cover story, who asks that? And let's face it, the internet is notorious for drawing judgments too quickly. However, sweetheart, this isn't jumping. This skydive is amazing. Because Claressa didn't hold back when she went live again 2 days later, this time with screenshots. Do you see this message? She held up her broken iPhone as she spoke. It states, "Be mindful of your business or we'll shut you down next." I received it around 3 in the morning. Following my initial live broadcast from a blocked number. But you know what? I tracked down the IP. Brooklyn. Guess whose favorite pub it is? Is the signal a block away? Yes, Remy. Mom. Even Fat Joe's name is suddenly being brought up. According to a phone conversation that was leaked, Joe told an unidentified producer, "She better fix this *** task because if it gets tied back to me, it's over for me." Everyone. Naturally, Fat Joe has since disputed all of this. Fans aren't buying into his repeated posts that he's devastated and avoiding family problems. Particularly not after Joe abruptly deleted all of Remy's collaborations from his Instagram profile and unfollowed him. Boo, that's not heartbreaking. So I'm not going to catch a RICO case with you. The greatest mystery of all is why Remy is so very silent. No live, no comment, no statement. Only a few bikini pictures, a few hazy healing-related Instagram stories. And a picture of her holding hands in prayer with the words, "God sees all." Yeah, Remy. But the internet does, too. And the internet is cruel, darling. Claressa has been doing interviews all over the place in the meantime, including TMZ Uncut, The Spill Room, and even an important guest slot on No Leap. And each time her tale becomes more specific. She's calling names. She is naming places. Above all, she is assigning dates. Eazy and Remy believed me to be weak. Believed that I was simply in the background as a girl. However, I was documenting as they were conspiring. I therefore have things in the cloud in case I die. You will. I'll be aware of everything. Oh, phew. That isn't a caution. It's a countdown. Fans are now supporting her wholeheartedly. All social media platforms are flooded with hashtags like #JusticeForPapoose, #RemyTheSnake, and #EasyInnocent. Claressa is even being portrayed in fan art as a warrior with angel wings and boxing gloves, standing over a fallen Papoose and brandishing a sword that reads, "Truth." Look, we are familiar with celebrities. Drama can get messy, but this is beginning to resemble a Netflix thriller with a screenplay. Nevertheless, everything is coming together like a puzzle that someone attempted to conceal. The most important question now is whether or if there will be any arrests. Due to Claressa's recent indications that she is almost ready to release timestamps, complete voice memos, and even an old exchange between Papoose and Eazy in which Eazy is said to have said, "I got your wife now, bro, step aside." Things are reaching a boiling point. Hospital sources claim that although Papoose is still asleep, he is beginning to show indications of waking up. If you thought it couldn't get much messier, buckle up, sweetheart. He moved his hand. His vitals are improving. Someone close to the family says he's going to talk. But will he tell the whole truth, or will he shield the same people who betrayed him? The way up. Because this is now a criminal inquiry, not simply drama, cheating scandals, or live-stream tears. Rumor has it that a Bronx-based district attorney has secretly begun an investigation into the Papoose event, though no identities have been revealed. Let that sink in. According to insiders, Remy Ma and Eazy the block captain are persons of interest in a potential conspiracy to assault case that has officially been made public. There is no longer any discussion of love or hip-hop rivalry. Instead, we are discussing possible felonies. Charges that carry actual jail time, but it doesn't stop there. Claressa's meltdown was leaked to the media by the nurse who saw her outside the night Papoose was carried in, and she was just subpoenaed. This nurse is now being forced to testify in a closed-door deposition, according to leaked documents that have been making the rounds on Twitter. The reason for this is that she allegedly saw Remy Ma enter the intensive care unit after visiting hours without a wristband or approval, simply walking in and sitting beside Papoose's bedside for 10 minutes. Fans are now wondering what Remy said to Papoose during those minutes alone. And guess what? All of his visitor logs were erased immediately after that visit. This isn't a coincidence, it's a cover-up. Because, let's face it, this isn't just about adultery anymore, it's about manipulation, power, and control, and now that Claressa has gone full whistleblower, the dominoes are falling. Was she attempting to change the facts? Was she fabricating her version of events before he could wake up and speak the truth? A former aide of Remy Ma, who went by the internet handle BXT Truth, posted a shocking article on Reddit's hip-hop Uncut thread, claiming that Remy once threatened, "If Papoose ever turns on me, he'll regret waking up." NDAs are being breached quickly. Relaxing. Indeed, but here's the thing, that same assistant also says that he has ring camera footage of Remy entering a house that same evening in the same attire as in the grainy alley footage. The worst part is that the residence belongs to a recognized associate of Eazy the block captain. Now that it's not just smoke, it's a full-fledged forest fire. Let's talk about Eazy because, while Ray has been avoiding interviews and remaining silent, Eazy is attempting to maintain his composure by posting a mysterious story with a he may not be speaking to TMZ, but his ex-girlfriend is. Y'all don't know half the truth. I'm not worried, but baby, the streets know plenty. Yes, an ex who dated Eazy before he started dating Remy recently provided an anonymous interview to which she alleges that he started calling Remy his golden ticket and that he always stated that if he couldn't win in battle rap, he would win in power moves. I didn't think much of it at the time, but now that I think about it, he was planning from day one. Let's call it opportunism with fists. Eazy slid in, got close, and the moment she felt safe, he used that influence to start carving his own legacy. Eazy allegedly knew Remy was vulnerable, caught in a stale marriage, and obsessed with staying relevant. One fight, one viral controversy, one back alley at a time. In the meantime, the public is furious, and several petitions have been started, including one calling for Eazy to be excluded from any upcoming Remy Ma-affiliated productions, and another asking for protection for Claressa Shields after she disclosed that she has been targeted repeatedly and even threatened with death. Where it gets scary. Claressa held out her phone and displayed a string of direct messages on her most recent live stream, in which she broke down in tears in the middle of a sentence. The messages included things like, "You talk too much. It will be you the next time. If you don't remove those screenshots, we will." Now, the internet has changed. The jokes are finished. This is beginning to resemble a targeted assassination of anyone who stands in the way of whatever perverse scheme was being carried out behind closed doors. Speaking of doors, let's discuss Fat Joe, as it appears that the original creator may have recently defected. Joe's camp apparently contacted Claressa personally with a proposal after removing Remy from his social media accounts. "Let's get together. I think you're real. I also have stories. Fat Joe's stories. You are already aware of that. Indicates that skeletons will soon be dancing. You can know that something big is on the horizon if even he is attempting to beat this wave. But this is the question that everyone is asking at the moment. When Papoose awakens, what happens? According to doctors, he is receptive. His hands are moving. When Claressa said, "You're not alone," he even grabbed her hand. So, now we wait. Will he validate what Claressa has been yelling from rooftops? Will he finally reveal Remy's alleged betrayal? The court of public opinion is already blasting the gavel, so it's evident that everything is on the line: Remy's brand, EY's career, Claressa's safety, and Papoose's truth. Or will he remain mute to protect the woman around whom he has constructed his entire public image? Twitter threads are breaking down the timeline minute by minute. Claressa is dominating every trending list. TikTok has produced whole series called "Who Tried to Kill Pat?", complete with red yarn and conspiracy maps. And just when you thought we had reached the conclusion, Claressa one more tease: "There's a vault," she remarked on her final live stream. "I'll open it if you guys continue to fool with me, but I think I've said enough. And I should manage a vault when I work in this field, not just a Dropbox or a phone folder. A whole freaking vault of communications, audio, video, and evidence that may contracts, and possibly even hospital footage that is prepared to be discarded in the event that things don't work out. Let that serve as the last caution. It's not over yet. This is only the start. Because the entire game might shift the instant Papoose opens his eyes. Now, that hospital room is the center of attention. There you have it. This scandal has the streets in disarray, the internet on fire, and hip-hop history on the brink of being rewritten. That hospital bed still contains Papoose. However, the truth, oh, it's already known. No denial is as loud as Remy Ma's silence. Eazy's arrogant, cryptic posts are simply making things worse. Additionally, Claressa is more than just a boxing champion. She is the year's top whistleblower. Now, let's talk to you. What do you believe actually transpired in the alley that evening? Was it an out-of-control argument between lovers or a full-scale inside takedown plot? Do you think that Claressa's vault is real? What's in it, if it does? Is he planning the big disclosure the instant he speaks again, or is he keeping quiet to protect someone he still loves? Since this story is changing every hour, let us know in the comments if you have any theories that could become the next big thing. If you believe that justice must be done, remember to like this video.